everyone. I'll be sharing you the local celebrities, news reporters, hosts, comedians, and vloggers who are a good communicator. So you will just guess the line, their famous line, and tell me who they are. Number one.
Jessica.
Jessica
Jessica
Soho.
Soho.
Very, yeah, that's right. Next, blind item number two.
Noli Di
Magandang
Castro.
gabi, bayan. Sorry.
Noli Di Castro.
Noli Di Castro.
Perfect.
Ayun, unahan ko.
Yeah, that's correct. Blind item number three. Arat na.
Zainab.
Zainab.
Great.
Zainab.
Zainab Harake. Blind item number four. Hello, Philippines. Hello, world.
Tony.
Tony Gonzaga.
Tony
Yeah,
Gonzaga.
that's right. Blind item number five. Scene of the crime operative.
Gasa Vilgas.
Gasa Vergas, that's right. You really are updated. So, blind item number six. Todo na to. What's this?
Rofami.
Rupami.
Rofami.
Rofami.
Right. May puhunan.
Iba na.
Sorry.
Doris Bigornia.
No.
Iba na, Lawi.
Katong ipangutan na si Pacquiao.
No, it's not Ivana Alawi. Can you try again?
Karin Davila, miss.
Karen
May
Davila,
puhunan.
yes, that's right. Hindi namin kayo tatantanan.
Cardo Dalisay.
No. Um,
Skip Mike Enriquez.
Mike Enriquez, right? That's correct. Blind item number nine, the boss.
Boya Bonda.
Uy, Abunda, perfect. Last but not the least is Gandang Gabi. Last one.
Vice ganda.
Magandang gabi, Vice.
Ganda. Yeah, that's Vice Ganda. Thank you so much, guys. So before we proceed to our lesson for today, do you have any idea what is our topic all about? Anyone? Oh, what? It's showing now.
Taglines.
Taglines. Okay, so for today, our topic, let's proceed to lesson number three, which is communication ethics. Anyone who has an idea what communication ethics is? What is communication on your own idea? Sorry. Because I might be having unstable signal. So turn my camera off first so we can continue and just have the presentation continuously. So yeah, today we will be discussing about the communication ethics. So communication ethics. Ethics means it is a moral values of good conduct that guide one's action, whether or not they are governed by laws or policies. So when we say ethics, it is a moral values. It focuses on your moral principles. Moral principles, they are the guidelines to make sure that you are doing the right thing. So it affects you as a person to make your decision and to also lead you to your lives. So when we say communication, communication is the digital age has resulted in current transformation, raising interrelated questions about ethics. So communication, as what you have mentioned earlier with your presentation, it is also nonverbal. It also verbal, written, or gestures. So next slide. Why is ethical communication is important? Ethical communication is fundamental to responsible thinking, decision making, and the development of relationships and communities within and across contexts, culture, and channels. So, ethical communication is really important. It is crucial because it also helps you to think critically. You are responsible for your own thinking skills, your your decision making and by developing relationship with other people. It may be in your community, your school, or even at your homes. It will help you to decide to do what is right, and also it helps you to extend your great or better relationship with the person you are with. So you would need to convey your message in an ethical way. So ethical communication also enhances humans' worth and dignity by fostering truthfulness, fairness, responsibility, personal integrity, and respect for self and others. As what I have mentioned earlier, it will enhance you as a person, your dignity and your truthfulness. So as what saying goes, respect begins respect. So of course, you cannot expect a person to give you the same respect amount if you are not giving it to them. So you should always let that people treat you on how you treated them. Because if you will not treat them right, so of course you cannot also expect a lot of people to do the same thing, to give you the amount of respect you are not giving to them, right? Anyone? Do you have any violent reactions, or you may want to add something? Future engineers, can you hear me?
Yes, miss.
Okay, thank you so much. So next slide. This is the unethical communication. Unethical communication is basically the opposite. It threatens the sorry. Okay. So again, guys, unethical communication, it is the opposite. It threatens the quality of all communication and consequently the well-being of individuals and the society in which we live. So if ethical means doing the right thing, unethical means doing what is wrong. So you yourself, you are aware of what you are doing. May it be ethical or unethical, it depends on how you convey the message. So, next is the characteristics of communication. It is all relevant information, truthfulness in every sense and not deceptive in any way, accuracy and sincerity, avoiding language that manipulates, discriminates, or exaggerates, and it also fair presentation of ideas, meaning it is all important, legit. When you say ethical communication, it is always the right thing. It is always the truth that you will convey to a person and not changing what was being said. So it is also accurate and sincere. So, for example, whenever a person says something to you, whatever that person say, that is what it is. You cannot change. You cannot change the information because it will become unethical. So, time-tested ideals that have been useful in communication. So, can I ask? I have here the name so that as I have remember, can I ask Rico J to read the first bullet for it, please?
Okay, Miss.
Thank you.
Socrates, Thomas Habilis, and Jean-Luc Pousset in social contract theory that people in society have unwritten agreement with one another.
All right, thank you, Rico. So Socrates, Thomas Hable. So it's basically an agreement without a documentation. When we say unwritten agreement, it's basically a verbal. So I believe it is not, or if you are having an agreement, it should be documented because if it's not documented, it never happened at all. But according to Socrates, Thomas Hobbes, and John Locke, it is an example of an organization upholding their social responsibility and reporting news with integrity. So, regarding your presentation earlier with nonverbal communication, the reporters are sharing information so they cannot manipulate what is the truth. They need to deliver it with integrity, and they need to let people know what is happening, especially with the climate change, may it be the typhoon or whatever the topic that is relevant to current issues. Right? So, can I ask someone, or can somebody read the second bullet first? You can just type in your name in the chat box so that I can give you at least a points by reading the bullets or by participating with the activities. Also, guys, by the way, for those who participated with the blind items, you can also include your name in the chat box so that I can gather all of those. So, yeah, can I have someone read the second bullet? Anyone? Yeah. I'm not seeing the screen for those to raise hand, but please, yeah, proceed in reading the second bullet, please. And just tell me what is your name first so that I can address you. I'll be writing down notes for those people who participated as well. So I have Rico, the first one who read. Yes. Yeah, your name, please. Renalyn, thank you. Can you read the second bullet? Yes, that is Aristotle's theory. I mean, ethical assertion that between the extremes of excess and deficiency, it basically means a righteous feels pleasure in behaving rightly. So it is a person doing the right thing. Next bullet, please. Yeah, your name, please.
Jamaica Duran.
Yes, can I have Duran?
The golden rule, do unto other as you would have them do unto you, is from the Bible.
Yes, it is in the Bible. In verbatim, what is written in the Bible is, "Do not do unto others if you don't want others do unto you." But in this one, it is being reciprocated. It is doing, doing things to other if you want others to do it for you. As what I have mentioned earlier, it is all about respect or giving a good communication. So when you show respect to other people, of course, they will give you the same amount of respect you have given to them. The same goes with this golden rule. You can expect, because it's actually the reciprocity of what you are doing. If you are doing the right thing, you will expect people to do the same thing for you. But if you will do unethical way, or if you're doing the wrong thing, you cannot expect people to treat you right, because you are not giving them the same amount of respect as what you want them to do. So, okay? Can I have the fourth bullet first, please? Sorry.
Ako may
Yes, your name, please.
President Secretaria, Miss.
Yes, Secretaria.
So, the principle of honesty decrees that you should not deceive other people.
Yeah, the principle of honesty. It also talks about treating each other fairly and respectfully. So deceiving other people, it's giving a misleading information, or you want to, for example, you have this one person you hated so much, and they are close with some of your friends. So you will like manipulate what you have heard just because you don't want that person. No, being a good communicator in an ethical way, you should always consider what the person will feel. So if you will spread a wrong or a false information to that person, that is manipulating or deceiving their identity. So you should always give, again, guys, you should always give other people the same amount of respect as you want them to do to you. So now let's move on to the factors influencing ethical communication. The ethical aspects. Can I have someone to read the bullet, please? Your name, please.
True, miss.
Chu, thank you. Can you read the
Consider
first?
the, consider the complexities in the communication process that discerns what to disclose and not to disclose. Thus, facing three simple choices: to speak, to listen, or to remain silent.
There. So it's more like turn taking. Because, for example, one person is talking and you will talk as well. You're not going to understand each other. So you should know when to speak, when to listen, and when to remain silent. Because information disclosed at one point may be considered unethical. For example, you are having your exam, or you having your midterm exam, and one of your classmates or five of your classmates are not around, or they may be late. So right after your class, you will disclose what was the answer, or what were the answers are, in public, or reading it aloud inside your classroom. So the five of your classmates may hear it, so they don't have any idea what might be the exam, but just because you're telling it to a lot of people and they hear it, so they already have the idea what to answer. Sometimes as students, we will do that way in order for us to help them. But in an ethical communication, you should always discuss things privately or in a right place. So if you want to share your answers, share it to those people whom you were with during the exam. So if you wanna help those people who are not around, you cannot spoon feed them with all of the answers. You can help them in any other way, but not telling them what are or what will be the results of that specific exam, because it is manipulating scores. It is really unfair for those people who already take the exam, and for those who were late who might get the perfect score. So know when to speak, when to listen, and when to remain silent. Next bullet, please. Yes, your name.
Nicole Ann Islet, Miss.
Islet, all right. Michaela.
Nicole Ann.
Oh, Nicole, sorry. Thank you. Yes,
Timing.
Nicole.
Timing information disclosed at one point may be considered unethical in another period of time.
Right, the timing. Well, it also connects with the ethical aspect, the timing. As what I have mentioned earlier, you would need to know when is the right time to speak, to listen, and to remain silent. This will have the same example as what I have mentioned earlier, but this one is in the market. So the same goes with spreading what is the news all about, or what are the answers for like the midterms exam, departmentals exam here, and the people who are not around during that time may hear it. So it is again manipulation, and it is unethical. Next, ethical context, please. Your name.
Arabis, Miss.
Arabis.
Ethical context. The ethical nature of communication must be considered with the context of who, when, what, and where.
Okay, thank you, Arabis. So basically, ethical aspects, timing, and ethical context is just the same. So when you know when to speak, when to listen, and when to remain silent, you should always consider the context of whom you are with, when it's the perfect time, what are the informations you are trying to say, and where is the place. So again, sharing the answers in a lot of people or inside the classroom, and there are a lot of, there are five remaining students who were not able to join that exam, and they hear it. That is unethical. So these are the aspects that you need to consider in order for you to learn the ethical communication, as again, when to write, when to speak, when to listen, and when to remain silent. Next is the ethical dilemmas in communication. So in ethical dilemmas, we have the plagiarism, selecting misquoting, misrepresenting numbers, and distorting visuals. So plagiarism. Can I have someone to read it?
Manalang, miss.
Sorry, your name?
Manalang, miss.
Manalang?
Yes, miss.
Thank you, yeah.
So, plagiarism is the act of presenting another author's work and claiming it your own.
Thank you. So I know all of us know what plagiarism is. It is copying and pasting someone's work without citing or crediting the owner of that text or image. So therefore, you know exactly it is fraud, it is illegal, it is not allowed, and it is unethical. You should always give credit to the person who owns that work, especially if these are the work of poems or any other literacy work. You would always need to give credits to the owner, especially guys when you may be having your research now. You should always consider you will always need to cite whoever the owner of the article, the other information that you will get or you will add to your papers, so that you will not gonna be tagged as fraud, or it is actually not allowed, so it is illegal. Next is selective misquoting. Can I have someone please to read it for me?
Makasero, miss.
Macasero. Yes, Macasero.
Selective misquoting states repetition of something someone has said in a way that is not accurate.
Yes, that's correct. Selective misquoting is more like plagiarism, but selective misquoting is selecting a word, an image, or a phrases on your own word. It's more like paraphrasing, but the thoughts are just the same. You're just changing a word, a synonymous word. So it is unethical because it will also still be called as a fraud. It is not allowed. So it also have to be like you need also to give credit to that person whoever owns that work. The same thing with plagiarism. Next, please, misrepresenting numbers. I
Amahan,
heard
miss.
amahan.
Yes, miss.
All right, thank
Miss,
you.
unethical manipulation of data by increasing, decreasing, altering statistics, or omitting data.
Yes, that's correct. Unethical manipulation of data. So, especially we're now in election and we will be voting. Are you familiar with the movie or Kadinang Ginto, right? Kadinang Ginto when Cassie and Marga was having their election, and that time Cassie has like a lot of votes rather than Marga. Are you familiar with that episode? Yes,
Yes,
future
miss.
engineer. Yeah. So that is
Yes,
manipulation
miss.
of data. Yes, correct. When that person assigned to read who are being voted by the students, they are instead of telling them that it was Cassie, it is they changed this the scenario to Marga's vote. So that's basically manipulation of data. They are trying to increase the numbers for one person just to have that person win or that position. So now it will relate to our upcoming election. So it needs to be accurate. So the presentation of the data or the one who will um, read or who will calculate the number of votes must be trusted. So they need to give us the accurate information to whatever the data they have gathered. Next is distorting visuals. Can I have someone to read it for me?
Parsasa, miss.
Versosa, yes, please.
Um, Unethical visuals are distorted by making a product look bigger or smaller to bait customer.
Yes, so you are all familiar with this distorting visuals, meaning it looks so big in the picture, and when you see it personally, it is totally different. So of course, a lot of you have encountered that one, especially for me, especially when you go to Burger King. Like the images are really that big, but when they have served to you your orders, you might not be disappointed with the taste, but of how it looks like, it is distorting visual. It's more like it's totally different of what it is supposed to be. So it actually gathers customers attraction when you see an image as big as that, but again, when you see it personally, it's totally different. So yeah, that's all for my presentation for today. So actually, guys, I also have a video here. I saw this video. I'll just stop sharing so that right. I also have here a video. I saw this one in YouTube. It's 3 minutes role play. I'm gonna share it to you for you to watch in a bit. Okay, just give me 1 sec. Can you see my screen? Right. So in this video, guys, it already have the label of ethical and unethical communication. However, in this way, I would still want you to tell me, why do you think it is ethical and why do you think it is unethical? So let's watch the video.
Listen when others speak and avoid interrupting.
Hi, Alexis.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. How about you?
Doing great. What's the matter? Why did you call?
It's about my debt. I'm sorry I can't pay you today because something came up and I've used all of my remaining monies.
It's alright. You can pay whenever you can.
Thank you so much, Alexis, my friend. Goodbye.
No problem. You're always welcome, my friend. Goodbye. Hi, Hannah. How are you?
Oh, hi, Alexis. I'm doing fine.
I called because of your promise that you will pay me today.
Oh, about that.
So, are you going to pay me right now or not? You always break your promises. Hello? Hannah, can you hear me? God, I'm so disappointed. Respect each other's boundaries.
What are your thoughts about marital sex? I don't agree with it because I believe that a woman must preserve herself before marriage. Alexis.
Well, for me, premarital sex is not new in our country, which is the Philippines. We all know that premarital sex is usually happens to the teenagers. Well, there are some people that they say that premarital sex is immoral, but I don't agree with that. Because if we change the way we look at things, the way we look at will definitely change.
That's right. We must respect and understand the thoughts and ideas of all. Yeah, I agree with you. Hashtag fake news.
Oh, hi, Justin.
Hi, Prince. Who are you?
This is Leo, my friend.
Hi.
We are busy, so
Really? Yes, and he said that it's his boyfriend. Then let's spread that news to everyone. Communication is one of the most important skills you require for a successful life. The key to effective communication is mutual respect and understanding. Words can help, but also can harm. Choose your words wisely.
Right. So were you able to see the full video, guys, or would you like me to play it again? Anyone? Okay, so it seems like all of us or all of you saw the video clearly and you were able to understand where are the parts which communication is ethical and unethical. So can I ask someone, or you can raise your hand, mind sharing the part where the the short role play shows ethical communication? Anyone?
Egos miss.
Oh, sorry, guys. So yes, Donna Marie, can you share us? Yeah, sorry, Miss. Yeah, I was on mute. So yeah, Donna Marie, can you share us the part in the role play which shows ethical communication?
Um, Ethical communication was present where a bunch of friends, group of friends were talking about premarital sex, and each of them provided their opinions and views of what is premarital sex, and everyone understood and respected each other's opinion without compromising and without disrespecting each views.
Yeah, that's correct. Thank you, Donna Marie. So yes, that's right. As what I have mentioned earlier, ethical communication always has respect, whatever other people's opinions are. So you cannot just change the way they view things because you have your own stand. You should always need to respect other people. Especially these days, we can see a lot of people ranting on Facebook. Who is your president? This is my president. I want my president. You are my friend, so you should be the same as mine, or whoever the person I wanted to vote. No, guys, that's wrong. Because at the end of the day, respect is always the main thing that we should do. So, bisan unsahon nato, tinuod jud na at the end of the day, our presidents don't know who we are, but they are there to lead us to have a better country. So whatever your friends' stance are, whoever the person your friends want to vote, you should always give them the same respect, the same amount of respect as you want them to do it to you. Okay? How about can someone share the unethical part of the role play? Anyone who might want to share? or I'll be calling names here. Um, as I have the notes for those who already share their thoughts. So I'll ask someone who may want to share his or her ideas. So I have here in the list. Can I have Ortiz, Melvin, Nick? Melvin, is Melvin around? Okay, I think Melvin has unstable signal, so let's have one sec. Can I have Villanueva Jerome?
Miss, good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Jerome.
So unethical, Miss.
Yes.
When the when some part of the video, Miss, katong iyang gihangang iyang tawag, Miss.
Yeah,
Wala
that's
siya
correct.
na-respond.
Yeah, that's unethical. Again, when someone is talking, you need to listen. So that part, his or her friend Alexis still trying to ask when she will pay her debt. So the girl ended the call. So that's basically unethical because the person, Alexis, is not yet done talking to her. So thank you, Jerome. So there are some other parts which are not mentioned yet. So can I ask somebody else? Okay, I'll pick names. Can I have Batukan Darwin? Is Darwin around?
Miss, tubanis miss kang ang video para nako miss ba kay karat.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Anyway, guys, I will still post this video sa Google Classroom ninyo so you can rewatch it and you because right after this discussion you'll be having your assignment related to the video and the discussion that we have today. So
Thank you,
if
miss.
yeah, Darwin was no problem. So Darwin was having unstable signal. So others may want to share who saw the video clearly. Um, can I ask the is Vanessa is already Vanessa. Yeah, Vanessa, have you shared your thoughts earlier, or you might want to share something? Oh, Vanessa is not around. Okay, last name. Um, can I have Jimenez Clarence?
Miss, parehasan ming Darwin, Miss. Kay nagagos bukid, Miss.
Ah, sure, no problem. Why problema? Sige, I'll share it to you. Yeah, it's okay. So the unethical way as well is the part where the girl saw her friends walking around the lobby of her school. So the friend told them that he is with his friend, but girl gossips the information to one of his friend or another friend, telling them that that was his boyfriend. So it's more like changing the information, manipulating the information for people or for a person na maulawan sila. So of course, if you hate someone, dili man nato na ma-control sometimes na di jud mapugngan na jud tay kalagutan. But again, guys, you cannot spread rumors to a person, especially if it's not true, because you're not going to like mauwawan lang sila, but of course you yourself will look like nangilad. So at the end of the day, the truth will reveal and makabalura gyapon na sila who spread the news. So at the end of the day, maulawan ra gihapon ta. So do not change the information para lang maulawan ang ubang tao. So Yeah, I think that's all for my topic today. So, right after this discussion, I'll be posting the video and your assignment to your Google Classroom. So, your assignment will be you'll need to write an essay regarding your experiences. May it be with your family, with your friends, with strangers, having communication or communicating with other people that shows an ethical or unethical communication. So you just need to use the MS Word file, and I'll have the classwork posted on your Google Classroom. So, is there any clarification or violent reaction questions, guys, you might want to ask? Anyone? Klaro ra ang atong klase, or if you want to ask something nga galibog mo, feel free to ask because taas pa tag time, we still have up until 12 a.m. So, who wants to share or to ask something? All right, I guess everyone understood the topic that we have for today. So for you to have recap or to review the details, the information that I have discussed to you this morning, I'll be posting together with a video, the PowerPoint presentation that I have shared to you earlier, and also for you to have a reference on what you will going to do with your assignments. So if you don't have any more questions, clarifications, then that's all for my class today. Ma'am Lim?
Okay, thank you, Teacher Brenda, for that very um, comprehensive and interactive discussions. Thank you guys also for your participation in the discussion of Ma'am Brenda. Okay, indeed, it is true that as a communicator, we are all responsible. Okay, we are responsible on the information that we share and information that we take in. Okay, so dili kinahanglan nga marites ka permi. Okay, you should be um, choosy. Okay, so you should be choosy in taking in and taking out informations that you get from your friends or from the social media. Okay, as we all know that we have been hovered by the technological world. Okay, especially during this period of pandemic wherein we just resort all things through the social media. Okay, so as a communicator, we have to be picky, we have to be vigilant in taking gossips, rumors, and all those things. Okay, like the ethical dilemmas which have been mentioned in the discussion. Okay, plagiarism is very much rampant. Okay, although when we talk about research, when we talk about gathering data, we copy and paste informations. Okay, kay dili man tanan nga information gikan rapod sa imuha, because you cannot claim that all the informations are just yours. Kay ingana na gyud ka ka bright nga imo ra tanan ang impormasyon gikan. No. We also have to cite sources to support our claim. But the most important thing there is you know how to acknowledge your source. That is why when you take informations coming from the books, from the internet, from magazines or journals, get the resources, get the references. Bisag gamay ra na kaayo nga information, gamay ra nga picture nga imong kuhaon, imong i-post, imong i-cite, okay? Acknowledge the author, acknowledge the source, the singer, the composer, and others. Bisan gani og mo post ta sa atong Facebook, di ba mumutang tag hashtag CTTO, okay? Unsay but pasabot sa CTTO gani?
Credit to the rightful owner, Miss.
Okay, so credit to the rightful owner. Okay, so that is the use of the CCTO. so that we will not be accused of fraud, of getting information from the others, and dili pud ta makasuhan og plagiarism. Okay? Another is selective misquoting. Okay? When we try to cite informations coming from person nga ato siyang gi-quote, pero we tried to distort the idea that was given. Okay? We quote an information coming from the person pero atong giusab ang meaning, gi-fabricate nato. Okay? And it is very rampant at present. Okay? Without color, daghan ta makita nga about sa misinformations nga tanglini nga mga gisulti or gisulti ni Duterte, in which ang kuhaon lang is kadto ra nga part sa information nga medyo controversial without looking into the general picture of the sentence, of the paragraph. Kung kadto ra nga portion sa sentence or sa phrase ang gikuha, tapos himuan dayon og memes, himuan dayon og issue nga terorista, komunista, lutang, whatever, kawatan, magnanakaw, whatever. Okay? Just misquoting that particular phrase without getting the bird's eye view of what is the real information. Okay? So mauna, usahay to mislead the people, to mislead the reader when we are trying to devastate the image of a person. Okay? Another is misrepresenting numbers. This is very common at present, ba? Especially during campaign rallies. Ipakita sa video sa drone nga puno kaayo ang area, daghan kayo ang tawo kaysa sa kontrapartido, okay? Where in fact gi-edit lang, okay? O maraming salamat sa filter, di ba? Mao na nay uso karon. Ang gwapa mo, ang dili gwapa mo, gwapa og samot because of the filter. Bisag gamay ra ang tawo mo, daghan ang tawo kay daghang sibuyas, char. We are trying to add numbers, we are trying to give misrepresentation because of manipulating the data. Okay? Atong gidugangan or gikulangan ang information. Maunay kuan, maunay trabaho sa mga marites, di ba? Sabi pa nga nila, wa gyoy istorya nga niwang, permi gyud tambok. Di ba? Wa gyoy istorya nga niwang, permi tambok. Okay? So, if you know that it is unethical, okay? Kay na-leksyon na mo na sa purposive communication, it is unethical nganong ako pa man ang buhaton. Okay? So, misrepresenting numbers and the same way in distorting visuals. Okay? Visuals are distorted. Gipagamay ang dako, gipadako ang gamay. Ang puti o ang itom gipaputi, gipasexy, hantod pati ang gate ni sexy na pod sa sobrang pag-edit. Diba? Okay, so we distort visuals which are very much unethical. Those are dilemmas, those are problems that we usually encounter in the communication situation. Okay, so thank you very much. Wala na'y pangutana. I guess the discussion of Ma'am Brenda is very much comprehensive. Nasabtan ra sa tanan.